The community come together. We look out for each other. We're one big family. Now, I feel privileged living in the North Earlham. I don't think I'd want to live anywhere else.
People do really have pride in the community, although you wouldn't necessarily know it or think it. You know, I like the fact that people come together and people are interested. It's a funny old place to live, really.
You're listening to Community Unboxed, the podcast where community comes above all else. In this episode, you'll hear about some of the amazing regular events taking place in North Earlham with Rainy and Sonya, as well as hearing about the wonderful impact community connectors have had on the area.
Hello, I'm Rainy.
And I'm Sonya,
And we are your North Earlham
Community Connectors.
Hello, I'm at Cadge Road Community Centre and just about to pop into a group called Freedom Friday. And during the winter time, this group is a warm space. Hello, everyone! I'm going to be speaking to a member of the community, and her name is Jess. Hello, Jess.
Hello.
Today, could you tell us about what your local community connectors have done for your community?
So basically with Rainy, I can come to her for anything, any advice I need, any support I need. If I feel like there's something I can't do or anyone else around me can't do, Rainy's always got an answer. She can always direct me to someone for help and support.
So again, we're here at Cadge Road Community Centre at International Women's Day, and I'm here with the lovely people who live in Fuller's Close. So I'm here with Paul.
Yes.
How has the community connectors made some connections within the Fuller's Close?
I've made some great connections.
We've often popped to Fuller's Close coffee morning
Yeah,
and met some of the lovely
chat,
residents there.
Told us things was going on or was going to be happening if we're interested in it.
And what about the alleyway? Do you like the alleyway? What's
Yeah.
the difference of the alleyway
Yeah,
made?
it's a lot brighter and a lot pleasanter walking through there now.
I'm here with Clara from the West Earlham Library, and would you like to tell us what sort of things the library has to offer?
Hi, we do obviously books, which is one of the key things, but we do a lot more than just books. So we've got spoken word, and we've got loads of children's books as well as adult books, and we've got computers that people can use to help them access the internet. We have computer buddies that come in, so they're here on a Thursday and a Saturday morning. We also have loads and loads of groups that meet in the library. So, for example, on a Thursday morning we have the Knit and Natter group. I do a lot of nattering as well as knitting. It's always good for network opportunities with them, so it's always nice to have them in and to be able to meet with them. We also have Reminiscence, and that's on the second Tuesday of the month. And we also have Baby Bounce and Rhyme on a Thursday afternoon. And we do loads of things, from book clubs that meet in the library. Just trying to think of anything extra to mention. We've also got a jigsaw club that is running on the fourth Tuesday of the month in the afternoon at 2:00. And there's loads of things that we're going to be hopefully running in the near future. So we also do an Arabic coffee afternoon, but we haven't had many visitors for that recently. So anybody that's listening to this that speaks Arabic, then please do pop along. It'd be lovely to see you. Just having a quick think if I've missed anything. We just have loads of things going on all the time. We have random events that just pop up. So, for example, Yi came in and did an event. So the Shoebox, we had a pop-up event for them. That's about this time last year. We also are doing the Warm and Well toiletries to go. So if anybody needs toiletries, there's toothpaste with shampoo, body wash and deodorant in those. And we also do have toothbrushes available if anybody needs them. We also do the tricky period. So if there's any females out there or people who need them, then we also do those. They're all disposables at the moment. And we are getting very low on our winter offer of the Warm and Well, so there's so much going on. And it's always good. Yeah, we do special events during the year as well. So we've got the Easter event coming up, which is a kind of Easter egg trail where people can go and hunt for some posters and things. So that will be fun. And we also do a Christmas fair. So and Father Christmas comes for that. So
it's amazing.
There's so much going on. It's so exciting.
And how do you think the community connectors have impacted the library and the community?
They've been very, very helpful in actually signposting people in our direction for whether that's be printing or scanning or emails. There's all of that, but also all the events we run. So they've been able to actually signpost people in our direction for that, which has been really good. And we really appreciate them being able to connect with the community that we don't see come into the actual library. So it's really good from that point of view.
I'm talking to Clive Lewis, MP, and I would just like to ask, how do you think the community connectors have affected this area, your community, our community, your constituency?
I think the work that the community connectors do is amazing. So I've seen Freedom Fridays, I've seen
which is free,
and that was the first thing I saw. I've been to the Shoebox and seen the fantastic work they do there, a social enterprise which has tours and does things and then uses that money. And I saw some of the support groups that they use that money on, which is brilliant. And then I'm here today for International Women's Day, the Cadge Road Community Centre, where there's lots of activities that go on, sporting activities for older people. It's brilliant. And they make such a key difference because they make... Look, we live in a country and a world where community is kind of under attack, if you think about it, because there's often so little money in communities, especially in communities like this one around Cadge Road. It's one of my poorest communities. And that means that where you have organisers like you guys who are putting these events on, supporting people come together. It's a very atomised society at the moment. People often sit at home watching television, on social media, and you can feel very isolated. These are attempts to get people to come together and remind them about what community is. And that can help people with their mental health. It can help people with... And I also know that when they're here, you can find out things about whether if I've got debt problems or how to eat better diet. All of these things, there's things to find out. Now, I'm working with a group who are here today, and we're going to be writing to hundreds, if not thousands of people around Cadge Road and surrounding West Earlham area to say that there's an organisation that can help people who struggle with reading and writing. And that's the kind of thing that...
Read easy,
that's right. And that's the kind of thing that I think, not just that MP should be doing, but I know that you're doing, and that we should be trying to make people's lives better and helping them. And sometimes I think people think politicians aren't doing that. Well, politicians, some of them are trying to do that, but it's the organisations and the community groups and people like you guys that are really the boots on the ground that are doing that, and that's why I always try and support.
Hi, my name's Amy Scott. I work at Future Projects. I'm the volunteer coordinator and run the Apollo Health and Social Care training course. And we also have the lovely NR5 shop here at Baseline where some of our volunteers come and spend some time. The connectors share our work around the area. They tell people about volunteering opportunities we may have within Baseline. We often see their smiley, friendly faces within our centre, chatting to local people and telling them what's going on.
We're here at Cadge Road Community Centre for International Women's Day. We're here today with Camilla and Sarah from Baseline, and we'd like to ask them, what effect do you think the community connectors have had on this community and on Baseline?
Oh, huge impact, and the collaboration is just phenomenal. We love that you come down to our centre and give advice and guidance to all of our clients and service users about where they can access information. And we love that Rainy got us in connection with the Crossroads Church. It really helped our massive food hamper appeal at Christmas.
It's another couple of friendly faces coming down to Baseline, and they know that they can chat to you ladies and find out information about the area and connect people to what they need.
Hi, I'm here at International Women's Day at Cadge Road Community Centre talking to Alina Sandhu from Norwich Science Festival. So Alina, tell us about your experience with the Community Connectors and how it's impacted you and your role.
My experience with you, all of you, has been absolutely amazing. You've made my job a pleasure. And my job is community outreach for the Norwich Science Festival. So I take the events that we would normally have in the city centre and bring them into community spaces. And this is going to be so much harder without you. You've introduced me to people, you've brought opportunities to me, you have opened doors that hopefully will go on to inspire children to become scientists, and I'm really, really grateful that you've been around.
You're listening to Community Unboxed. Now, if you're feeling inspired or curious about the stories that you're hearing in this episode, and perhaps you want to find out more about the insights gathered in our neighbourhoods, you can. Head to communityconversations.info to learn more about this shoebox partnership project with Norwich City Council.
Today we talked about community and how people like to share and learn new skills within the community. We talked about community events, community groups, activities, places of worship, libraries and other locations within the community where people gather. But what if you are home alone? What if you are unable to leave the house due to mobility? What then? What does community mean to you then? Today I'm talking to Christine. Hello, Christine.
Hello. I used to go to Freedom Friday and I loved it so much, but over the weeks and the years my legs were really bad, so I had to stop going. I can remember one day I was sitting home alone feeling really down and sad. There was a knock on my door. I hobbled on my little sticks to open the door, and there stood a big teddy bear with the most beautiful rose in his hand. I did give him a cuddle and said thank you. As he went, I came back to my little chair and I had a tear in my eye, thinking there was someone out there who loved people like me. I'm so grateful for that little group. My heart go out to them and I wish them all the best.
How has your North Earlham Community Connectors been able to engage with you and signpost you to other activities and support?
Over the years, Rainy has been a really good help to me. She even helped me get a Christmas hamper Christmas time. 2 ladies brought it round and they were lovely. I did give them a cuddle and said thank you. As you know, I'm a little old lady at home now on my own with no husband, but I'm getting through it okay with the help of my little group, and Rainy has been a lovely support. So please take great pride in her work like I do.
The Christmas hamper was part of the Christmas appeal with future support, and they're based at the Baseline Centre. I put in an application for Christine to receive the hamper, and as you know, and as she's now said, it was a really great help. And for those that are isolated, it's nice to know that people out in the community have not forgot about them, that we do care, and there are people out there that would give their time to ensure that they are thought about.
Hi everyone, we're talking to Peter Gosling today. Hello Peter.
Hi Sonya.
Peter volunteers at the local church and food bank and also runs the NR5 Family Partnership. We'll get to all that, but for now, would you like to show us the special item you've brought and tell us what it is and what it means to you?
Well, I have brought one of my shoes today.
That's perfect.
And this shoe is a bit worn. They're very comfortable, which is why I keep wearing them.
It looks like you've done some miles in it.
I have done a few miles in them. And they're not the prettiest looking shoe, I don't think, but they are very practical. Except they are beginning to wear out a bit. I went on a little walk with my son who lives in Scotland about 3 weeks ago. And it was a clear day and there was a little bit of sunshine peeping out from the clouds. And we went on a little walk up a hill next to Loch Lomond. And it was not a very long walk, But we went up high enough to find some snow at the top, which was fun, although it was a bit cloudy at the top, so we couldn't see so far. But then coming down the other side, it was okay on the snow, but the grass was quite wet and damp. And because the heel's rather worn, I did slip and sit down a few times because the heel's got no grip. So I was trying to walk on my toes where there's a bit more grip. But they are a great pair of shoes and they are fairly waterproof. I've glued them a bit now because the bits were coming off.
Have you done lots of walking and hiking?
I've done a fair bit. Do enjoy a good walk. It's good to walk in the hills when we get the opportunity, but also enjoy walking locally in Norfolk.
We don't have very many hills in Norfolk, though. You can't really climb a mountain.
No, you can't. But when opportunity presents before a way, then a good walk up a hill is a fine thing.
That's brilliant. Thanks, Peter. So would you like now to tell us about the family partnership?
So the NR5 Family Partnership is really just a forum for local organisations, agencies, groups, people who work in the local community. That's local to North and West Earlham and the Mile Pit, to share ideas, share news, make connections, and have a sense of belonging, I suppose. There's a great sense of community anyway around here, but it's just an opportunity once a month, usually online, and we just share news and views.
It's a really good way for all the organisations to keep in touch with each other and for everybody to know what's going on.
Yes, so it was started, I won't go into all the history of it, but I took over from Tim, who was a minister here at the church, and he kind of developed it during the pandemic, particularly online when it wasn't possible to meet in person. And I think it's also a great way for the church to express its appreciation for all that people do in this local community. So we have represented local schools, the Sainsbury Centre, local police, children's services, the early children's and families services, the Henderson Trust,
Baseline Centre,
the NR5 Community Hub, Community Connectors.
Did you say the doctor's surgery?
Doctor's surgery, yes, absolutely. Anyone we can think of. Into University.
Mm-hmm.
So lots of organisations who...
Other people dip in and out, I know.
They
the
do.
Red Cross have dipped in and out.
Yes.
I don't know if New Roots, I think, are on there, aren't they?
Yeah, that's right. And also, English Plus, who people to learn English when that's not their first language, particularly immigrants and refugees, people like that. The Garage, the Forum.
Yeah, it's quite widespread.
Science Festival, we tap into them as well. So it's a useful vehicle. Some of those organisations are more look at Norwich, but when they want to reach out into local communities, we provide a route into local venues and local people.
And then it's really good because they let us all know what's going on and we can spread the word.
Absolutely. So yeah, it's great.
You're also quite involved in the church.
Yes, I am, particularly here at St Elizabeth's on the North Earlham estate, and involved in midweek activities mostly, partly on a Wednesday morning when we have a kind of coffee morning and a little, we call it cafe service, so it's very informal, a little discussion of a Bible story or something like that, which is, everybody engages with it, it's quite fun. And then there's a group on a Thursday evening that I help to run, which we come in the evenings and we all bring some food and we share the food, and then we'll do some look at a Bible passage perhaps and pray. And
it's a really nice way of bringing people together.
Yeah, it is, and it's also a great little community because we can support each other. And for some people, it's when they come to eat here, it's one of the best meals they have all week. So that's quite good. Though we're quite diverse and quite a mixture of people.
You have some good regulars who come every week, which is really nice.
And it's really good to see, as people become part of the church community, see them grow and develop and feel more confident. And we love working with the Community Hub and the Community Connectors. So we have very strong links with the Community Centre just across the road. And we're very supportive of what's going on there.
Which leads us very nicely into what impact do you think the Community Connectors have had in the past 3 years on this community?
I think the Community Connectors have been great. I mean, we've loved having all of the Community Connectors, but yourself, Sonya, and Rainy, who've been perhaps the two main people.
They were the A-team.
The A-team, absolutely. So we've just enjoyed your company. The fact that you've actually been able to come in and out and felt welcome to come in and out of St Elizabeth's on a Wednesday or Thursday, whenever you're here.
Always very welcoming. And we come for the bacon rolls.
Yes, well, absolutely. That's a good reason for coming. I know that you've made lots of connections in the community. You've met with people here, but also in all sorts of other venues. You've done lots of pop-up events, surgery, library, pub. Done all sorts of different...
The signposting is a lot of what we do. Yeah. And I think it's been nice to see people coming into things that we've told them about.
Yes, absolutely.
Spread the word.
Yeah. And of course, what you've also done is collected stories from people and opinions and views about the things they're struggling with, things that are good about the community, and you've fed that information into the Insight Hub, which I know has been a really valuable resource. So that's been good too. I think what's been really great is that you're very local. I like that.
Yeah,
and I think you're not trying to spread over too big an area, so you get to know people.
Yeah.
And you've done a bit of door knocking as well, I think, as well.
We have done some door knocking. That's been a lot of fun. I think we're going to get out and do some more.
So that's a really positive thing, and I hope that
trying to reach people who are more isolated.
Yes, and what I have noticed is that there are a set of people who come to venues and events, whether it's here at the church or it's in the community centre or other places, and you do see a lot of the same faces, but you also wonder about the people who are not.
That's right.
There. And you think, well, it's great for the people who do engage or feel confident enough to come out, but what about everybody else?
All the others, yeah. So, which is why it's important. Harder.
Yeah, so I think that's been really, really good, and we really appreciate the Community Connectors.
So I'm now here with Steve. Steve's a local person from the local community. Hello, Steve. Tell me more about yourself.
Hi, Lorraine. I'm Steve. I joined the NR5 Hub team about 2 years ago and thoroughly enjoys it.
Tell me, what does your community mean to you?
It's a family connection. We're all like one big happy family here, and it's just good to be around other people.
Do you go to any other community groups or anything in the local area?
Go to the local church, another big family I've got there.
So tell me, in more depth, what do you do for our community?
On Friday, we're here most day for the NR5 Hub. We do community meals on a Saturday, and also we just started Paul's Pals on a Tuesday evening. It was set up by Rainy, that was her brother, Paul. He was a big character in the community, and we've done something just to get men talking and a kind of a dedication to Paul.
Is there anything else you'd like to say about your community?
You've got to get to know them. Once you get to know the community, you'll see how friendly they all are.
Hello, I'm here today with John, and he's brought his item to talk about with me for the Shoebox Enterprise podcast. Hello, John.
Yeah, hello. Thanks for inviting me along, and I'm going to talk a little bit about a recent project I've just set up. I bought a digital DJ unit. I bought it last summer, and I hope to develop links with the local NR5 community, local pubs, and hopefully some care homes, basically to provide background music and maybe organise the odd community dance.
That sounds wonderful. Have you made any connections in the local area?
Well, I've made a start. It's a small start, but I've got links with the community centre at Cadge Road, and I've been involved in their preparation for the Lord Mayor's show in the summer, providing background music. And the Cadge Road Community Centre provide a lot of community meals, and I played a big part at their Christmas meal, providing a 2-hour show of Christmas carols. And more recently, the centre has set up, or they are setting up, a men's group on a Tuesday night. And for 3 evenings, I've been along there and provided different types of music. Say tonight it's been a little bit of ska, and I've also done a couple of sessions for local care homes, providing music for dementia residents.
John, tell me, why do you do this?
Well, I think you get to the retirement age, in fact, beyond the retirement age, and I was wanting to do something to complement gardening. My background is youth work, community work, and I've always had an interest in adult education. NR5's on my doorstep, and I certainly got a very strong welcome when I cycled up one afternoon and said, is there anybody here who might be interested in giving me a chance to play some music? So I've been adopted as an NR5 son, and it gives me pleasure to be involved with what they're doing at the present time. I've always had a big interest in pop music and the role that it plays in people's lives. In a sense, if you listen to what Johnny Walker says, pop music is a way of looking at the milestones of our lives. So that's what I really think influences my desire to be involved in the local community.
John, what are your hopes for the future?
Well, at my age, I'm always told that you have to be realistic with targets. And I think if I can maintain my links with the Cadge Road Community Centre and what they're doing, continue my involvement with the Baseline project, and hopefully get a stronger link with a local pub, that's quite sufficient for a man of my age.
Hello, I'm at Cadge Road Community Centre, and today there was a fun day, and I'm going to introduce you to the lovely members of Family Hubs.
Hi, I'm Natalie.
Hi, I'm Liz.
Hi, I'm Yusi.
So what happened today?
So today there was a HAF event that took place at Cadge Road Community Centre. We were asked by the HAF team if we could provide a suitable venue where we know families would access. And for us it was a no-brainer to come to the NR5 community hub, where Rainy has lots of contacts with families, and there's also lots of events that happen here throughout the year. So for us it was a no-brainer to kind of get Rainy and Rainy's lovely volunteers on board to help us.
Oh, it's fabulous. We had loads of families here today. We had around 40-50 kids here today. Rainy and her team put on loads of healthy food for the children. We had activities and games, and Rainy and the team put sports stuff on the field to play with. Fabulous. Couldn't have gone any better. Thank you, Rainy and team. You're fabulous. I please just want to say we can't do without the connectors. We'd be lost without you guys.
I'm here with Julian, who is the curate of North Earlham area.
Oh, I love North Earlham. I love the community. It's so rich with people, diverse, different backgrounds, and there's always a buzz around here. And people often see North Earlham as a place of great need, but while there's truth in that, I think it's actually rich in people who want to make a difference, who want to care about each other. Community connectors are absolutely fantastic at connecting people after listening to their needs, connecting them with what will help them, what will make a difference to them. And so when they come into our cafe in the morning, they are so brilliant at meeting people, building relationships, getting to know people so that they feel valued, that they feel heard, they feel noticed, and then they connect them. Could be to like a community group, it could be to a service, but I've seen people's lives changed thanks to these community connectors. They are such an asset to our community here.
I love my community. I have lived in North Earlham now for 23 years, and I have been very touched by how welcoming this community is. And I'm part of the church. I volunteer at Food Bank. It's a privilege to be able to be in this community. I have lived in places where people are quite standoffish and miserable.
Yeah.
But here, people are welcoming. They don't care for airs and graces, which suits me fine.
They're very friendly, very kind. I do like coming to the church and having a cup and a bacon sarnie on a Wednesday morning. Yeah, I do help out with the Silver Diners on a Tuesday as well. I help them set up and then clear away afterwards. And yeah, that's quite a good family group to go to. Yeah, I more did sort of community groups when the kids were younger, like the NR5 group, which do day trips and holidays for the children. But as they've grown up, I haven't done so many groups. But yeah.
Although your daughter Ray is quite involved still. She has been quite involved with groups and going to things and into university and stuff.
Yeah, she goes to into university, which have helped her apply for like universities and that, and given her advice on how she can finance herself when she's at university and things like that, and what to look out for, and they're helping her do it like a university budget.
Our area has always had a bit of a bad association for Norwich, but when you come here and you spend time with us, it's close-knit. It's a community together that's supportive and strong. There's hubs to support families, there's information hubs. It brings everybody together and keeps us together when times are tough.
And how do you feel about the community group at Five Ways this morning?
It's a free space to learn and grow. I learnt a new skill here, would you believe? Crochet, of all things. I'm obsessed with it now. But it's a place to communicate, receive support from new and current friends, share thoughts, experiences, support for kids, talking about schools, learning, education, home life. It covers everything, and it's an open door for when I need help or I need to sound out.
Hi Heather, I just wanted to ask, how do you feel about this community group?
Brilliant, love them. Helpful, they're kind, they're happy. Any problems, they're willing to share, they will help out. And yeah, they're a godsend.
We're at Cadge Road Community Centre at the Freedom Friday group, and we're just going to pop along to see and have a word with the attendees. Today we've talked about community, how people share their skills and give back to others. We've talked about community groups, we've talked about places people love within their community that they attend.
Goodbye from your community connectors.
We'll see you soon. Come and say hi.
Bye.
You've been listening to the North Earlham episode of Community Unboxed. For more information, head to theshoebox.org.uk.
Thank you for listening to Community Unboxed. If you're feeling like you'd like to connect more with the community around you, the Shoebox is an amazing place to start. There's something there for everyone, so please get in touch with us. Head to theshoebox.org.uk and get involved.